Hey, Anthony here from the Best in the West. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is a really cool job. You guys are going to love this. This is a set of steps that somebody poured a week prior, and it's just jacked up. It's crooked. It's not symmetrical. They locked the wood in underneath. And they called me out here. Normally, I won't come out to jobs that somebody else has poured because it's already a can of worms. But Charles and his wife were such nice people, and he knew I was here to rectify it, and I was going to make things right. And he knew it was going to cost money, so no problem. Because I bid two of these other ones, floating steps, that were poured too, other than this one. But I priced them not to get it because I could tell there was going to be a problem. The people couldn't get over, that they had to redo it. And I got three good friends from YouTube out. Here's my rig here. I'll show you when they come out, when you guys see them. Here's my rig. I'm going to bring the case because he's already gotten problems with other contractors, so I didn't want to demo it and then take it in the trailer and dump and leave. I wanted to stay there all day, so I just put it in the street. I got Javier. That's Dennis. He's a concrete pumper in the orange. He does lights out music. Check him out on all social media. He goes by D Romeo. He's bad. He's a concrete pumper. I'm going to try and get him full time with me one day. He's right there in the orange. And that's Big D. He's worked at the airport for years, and now he's professional, and now he wants to get into something else. And I always encourage people to chase your dream. Don't listen to anyone. You should chase your dream every day and be somebody you can be proud of. So D's coming with me. He's in the white shirt right there. He's going to be coming out a lot. You guys will see him, and he's learning the trade and contracting and every aspect of it. Real sharp business marketing guy. He's going to do good. So they're going to come out and I guess you could say shadow me or whatever. So I'm going to demo these stairs out. And I asked the guy if he put rebar in, and he said, yeah, so I already knew it was in. And there's Mike right there. He came out from YouTube. He's in finance. And a lot of guys say, I'm 40 or 50. Should I do this? And I say, don't let anyone tell you can't chase your dream. If this is something you want to do, yeah, I would encourage you to do it. And if somebody's telling you not to do it, then get away from them. Because your business, and you could be the best contractor, know anything, and have a crappy crew, and things come out jacked up, and you don't look very good. So you got to be very careful who you bring around you. That's the key, is what kind of crew you have. That's what I look at in people. I don't look that they have all the same shirts or hats on. I don't give a crap about that. Because I seen every crew around, and the ones who had that crap were the biggest hacks. Like they were trying to take your attention away from their work, that they all had the same uniform on or something. Romeo's rolling it out. I had him jackhammer out the front porch because it's tight and I can't get in there. So I'm going to break this at the beginning of each step and at the back and expose the rebar, have them cut it with either bolt cutters or an angle grinder, and I just take it out in big pieces because I don't want to mash it all up in small pieces and mess the grade up. I just go straight in, straight out, and take it each step out. And when I'm done, there's no tire marks, or we don't have to grade much. And I knew it was going to be a little bit low, and I was going to have to add some base. This is a lead up to the floating steps I do here that are just straight heat. The next video I put up from this is a must watch. I sand wash it, top cast it. They're staggered out. They're an inch gap in between. I put a shorter gap in between where you can't see underneath them. These I completely delivered on this job. And we were in LA County. It was like 100 degrees. So we were dying out here. Down at the beach, it was 75. So I just had him jackhammer out the porch. It wasn't that much. It's probably a yard and a half on the porch. And I just pull straight up. See, I just had him snip it. I'm just going to take it out in big pieces like that. You don't need no grapple bucket or stupid beak if you know what you're doing. I like doing stuff with the minimal. I don't need all these gadgets and all this stuff to do what I'm doing. I've always done it just with the basic stuff that I need, machinery. And if you're not good enough to do it with that, then you should probably get into something else. There's Big D's working hard. There's Mike up top there. These guys were so cool. They came out the whole time. Dennis right there, he runs a pump, so he's already in the industry. He's just going on his own. And I got to give a shout out to my media assistant, camera girl. She's back in high school, so me and my friend filmed this. That's why you have to excuse me with the filming. But she does all my editing, social media. Check her out on Instagram. It's Sydney, SYDNEY, Ray, RAY 05. Sydney Ray 05 on Instagram. I'm trying to drop this and bend it where I could fold it over and just take it in a piece, but it wasn't cooperating, so I'm just going to try and snap it. But there's rebar in it. See there, I finally got it snapped, and I'll just have them cut the rebar. That's Mike there. Yeah, there's a couple guys Javier brought. We lay string lines and lay it all out. I didn't like the way the guy had it laid out because this is a really nice house. This is a really nice family that worked really hard their whole life. And this jackass came in and poured this thing in where they're going to walk up and down these steps the rest of their life. They need a grand entrance, you know. The backyard was nice. Their house was so nice. They were so nice. So I was going to over-deliver if I could. Cost me more money or not. I wanted the best job. And I use a little bit different mix in this. I'll go over the job. The setup and the house wasn't square and the entryway wasn't square. So we had to jog stuff. Javier messed with it for a while, 3-4 hours to get it right, to make it look right. I got all the boys working. I got a lot of people out here, but 3 guys are from YouTube. I just have the 2 laborers and Javier out of my guys. They're just getting a feel for it, see if they like to do it. You know, 3 other guys wanted to come out, but 6 people's too much for me to talk to and explain stuff while I'm working. And these guys were so sharp, and they'd already put time into studying it, so they knew a lot of lingo and a lot of stuff. So the questions they were asking me were really good. And I like that. So I'm going to put the breaker back on and bust these in the front and just snip the rebar off. But I used a 10-wheeler. I didn't haul it. I don't want to leave the job. To put me on the road costs money, so... See, I'm just pulling it away there, and then I'll mash it up, and I'll come and get it. But this is a super nice entryway. It'll light the internet up when I post these floaters I put on here. I actually think they're better than the other ones, than the original ones I did. But it's because I sandwashed it. I do a top cast finish on this and I wash it the same day. So you'll see exactly how to do top cast and sand wash. It's the easiest finish and it's the best looking finish. Stamping and all that stuff's really obsolete out here. California's been doing it so much longer that stuff goes out of style, and it's pretty much out of style here. It's all sand finish is the look. The high-end stuff is all sand. If architects draw it, because I've done a lot of work for architects and big-time landscape design architects, and it's all top cast, all their drawings. So when you go to a $30-50 million house and they had an architect, the drawings are all number 3 top cast. So that's what I did here. That's what the driveway was. I didn't do the driveway. Driveway was okay. Just these steps were, you know, when he called me, I didn't want to make him feel so bad and say, oh man, it's terrible, whatever. So I tried to downplay it a little bit, and then I saw it in person. I just said, hey Charles, this is not going to fly. And he agreed. And he knew I was going to deliver and rectify the situation and put it past him. He's a smart guy. Really liked him and his wife. I'm going to be pouring this is Sunday. I'm going to be pouring the other 2 steps on Tuesday. And people don't understand that the steps they put in here were not floating. They were cantilever, and they left the wood in and locked them in. And the other 2 jobs I looked at, one was at like a $15 million house probably in Newport with 30 footers. They're 30 foot wide, and the dude locked the wood in. And the whole thing had to come out. But the guy was so sour about it and going on and on about it. I just knew, you know, I just priced those other ones not to get them. Charles was so reasonable and understanding, I priced it to get it. And I hit it right on the nose what I priced it for when I broke it down after. So this is a great video, to set up, have a Rolodex with another set of sandwash floating steps is a real feather in your cap. No one else, like I've said, I don't even need to say it, it's so redundant. No one else can do this on YouTube, what I do here, and put this kind of work on here. And it's not just that. If you watch somebody and they make it look easy, they're good, because this isn't easy. And we demoed these steps out up under an hour and just put it in the street and laid string lines and had it all ready and laid out. And Javier went and got the material in his truck. And we had it all laid out for the day before, but I poured 3 of them. We added a step. I wanted more. I wanted 4 in it, you know, like a Roman entrance type look. I'm really influenced by Roman architecture. That's what I look at a lot. That's where I get a lot of my ideas, and I look at stuff like that, how they did it. So I'll just take in big pieces, load it up. The driver's all, oh man, you're going to put those big pieces in there? And I'm like, yeah. Don't worry, bro. I got it. This is how I've always done it. I've never had a grapple bucket or a 4-in-1 bucket, or I would never own one of those beaks unless I was tearing down houses. I would use that. Not for this stuff. You could just balance it on the bucket. But always chase your dreams. Don't let anyone tell you can't. There's no reason you can't. You know? That's what I did. People were telling me, what are you going to do? You don't know nothing about concrete. Well, look where it ended. What if I would have listened to them? They're just trying to gaslight you. Don't have toxic people around you, and do the right thing, and be honest. And you can't go wrong. You will be successful no matter what. And social media is going to help you out a lot, But I wouldn't. I'd post business work stuff, not soap opera shit shows and this guy's late or I got a retard homeless guy out here. Whatever, man. I'm just saying, I don't put that stuff on here. That's why I separated the videos, because everyone's going to call me from the floating steps, and I didn't want to have a demo and a long video. I separated the demo, which I rarely do, so it's just the technical setup and the pour and the finish. Just black and white, just bam, start to finish. So we're just going to clean the street off and hose it all off, and I just put it back there so we could get the grades and everything, and I had to bring some base in. I knew that. That's why I didn't want to break it all small and get, when I was loading it, take more dirt out. But West Coast is coming. He's bringing it, and the level of jobs I'm getting and what I'm going to do is people will see what I've been saying the whole time. Until you see people do Stairway to Heavens, benches, floating steps, that's how I want to market myself. I don't really care if someone has more subs or views. I mean, I put the best work up there, and every single customer says that. A lot of people ask me how I load my breaker like that. That's how I do it. I don't think I've ever showed it. That's how I do it. That's why I put it in the bucket and the mini and on that. My old breaker, I could put it against the curb and scoop it with the bucket, but this plate on this one's a little bit lower. I can't get underneath it. And that's a wrap on this day. I'm just done today. We put in 3 days and we poured it all, and I got 2 steps left to pour on Tuesday, and I should have the video up Saturday or Sunday, and it's gonna do really good. It'll get me a lot of work because now I have a couple sets, but I'm gonna sand wash them from now on. Every set I do, because this set was just. You guys will see when you see it. I put a little peek of it, but I didn't want to show too much of it till it was finished. And the boys are helping me out. They're just seeing what the business is about. So check out Sydney Ray on Instagram, 05, and D Romeo on all platforms, and check out his music. Here's my day after. I'm pretty jealous, right? This is an everyday occurrence. I'm just chilling. I was going to look at some waves to body surf down because they were pumping earlier, but by the time I got out there from the bike ride, it was a little blown out. But nevertheless, it's beautiful. Thank you very much. Follow your dreams and have a nice day.